All right, guys. How you guys doing? So, welcome to In-Depth Crypto. Today, we're going to be talking about if Binance is going to go down to 125, and then we're going to talk about my predictions for that, and I guess not my predictions, but my prediction and also my justification. But first, we're going to talk about watch to earn as per custom now. So, currently, we have watch to earn sitting at a little over 3 cents, roughly 44,000 watch to earn in our operating wallet. We have 2.1 BNB, which is zero point 0.1 more than we had last time. And the reason is because I purchased recently another $24.89 worth of BNB. And that came from consulting. So I'm starting the I guess I started my first consulting session a few days ago. So hopefully with more consulting sessions I have for overall crypto advice for an old landlord I my landlord, who used to be my landlord, he wants more crypto advice, so he's paying me now, and hopefully that can result in more external purchasing outside of our current wash to earn project. So that's what this purchase of 809 wash to earn is. And so also we have about $400 in a short position in Binance. So as you can see in the chart, we entered at this horizontal blue line at 262.5. Our current stop loss is 342, and then our current profit target is 125. So um, let's see here. So what I want to show you guys today is how I got to this analysis point, and I'll be giving you guys different guides, GUIDES, on how to do fundamental analysis, how to do technical analysis, which is what I'm going to show you today, and then also market sentiment. I'll be showing you guys how to do that within our Dash of Finance Solutions series. Hopefully, the fundamental analysis one will be out before the end of this month, which is November, and then hopefully the other two will be out by the end of December, hopefully not longer than January. So basically, in short, I wanted to tell you guys about this. So within cryptocurrencies always have, in terms of a technical price point, if we're just looking at the chart, all cryptocurrencies have these two things: one, a birth price, and two, a death price. And a birth price refers to when a token initially gets minted. So if you guys aren't familiar, all these tokens, so watch to earn included, are literally just lines of code, lines of programmable code that gets uploaded to the blockchain, which hence creates a token. So before a token gets traded, typically on a decentralized exchange, but whether it be on a decentralized exchange or between or on a centralized exchange, there has to be value assigned to it. So before a value is assigned to it in terms of a liquidity pool or anything like that, the token is literally worth nothing, 0.0 cents. And so the death price in inverse is going to be when, not necessarily when the price drops to 0.0 cents, but it's when everybody in the market stops, when everybody in the market sells, and then price kind of flatlines. So if you know from a medical movie, you're beep, 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 beep. That's essentially how I view this, where these price charts reflects the heartbeat essentially of the economy, of the economy of the respective token behind it. So with that being said, our birth price of BNB of all time, currently I see it at 15 cents, depending on what source you look at, but this current chart looks at zero point 0.5 cents. And you'll see that here. So you look at here, you see all these numbers, OHLC is changing. You'll have it here where L means low is 0.5, and its opening was $1.5. So just to give you in reference. So whether it's 15 cents or 50 cents, regardless, all these cryptocurrencies have cycles. And basically it's your job to discern where you are within a cycle and what future cycle looks like, whether it's going to be one that increases, as you can see here, or one that decreases downwards. So what I'd like to do is I like to look at these cycles. So let's take these off. This was from a previous version I tried to record just now. So, um, yeah. So let's do this here. So between our birth price, so if we're trying to label what a birth price is, what we want to do is go to the low of the current cycle. And mind you, we're on the weekly chart. So this isn't going to be as effective if you do this on the 15-minute chart or the 5-minute chart, 1-hour chart. Please, 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 within crypto, stick to monthly. It depends, especially if it's a very young crypto token. Monthly might not be applicable, but weekly, daily, 4 hour. Those are the four that you need to stick with. Crypto just moves way too volatile, excuse me, for anything else. So what we're going to do is look at this tool here on TradingView called Curve, and we're going to outline the growth and descent within this current cycle. So we have this cycle here, and mind you, we're always going to start on the left hand side of the candle. So we're going to show how price movement changes within time. So if we had it here, it wouldn't really make sense because we have this entire section outside of the band. So that's why we're going to start on the left hand side. And what we're going to do is that we're going to try our best to coddle, oh, mind you as well, if we have birth price and we have death price, we also have to have apex price, which means that's the highest point that price is more than likely going to look at, more than likely going to be within this cycle. And then also what point where you should consider selling or taking a short position. So the one thing to do within this apex price is to try to get it into the middle. So you see how we have these. I'm going to zoom into the daily here, which is a 7x magnification. So you see here how the pink line, and it doesn't really matter what color it is, crosses this current all-time high, that all-time high, and it kind of aggregates between these that are outside of it versus these relative local highs that are a little underneath the band. So you won't be able to get this perfect, and there's no such thing as perfect within technical analysis, no matter what anybody tells you. Just try to keep it as level as possible for accuracy's sake. So we have here this initial band, and so because we're fundamentally long on Binance, meaning that we believe Binance is going to exist in the future, at least within the 5 to 10 year, well, maybe 3 to 5 year span, we're going to be looking upwards here. So if we're looking upwards, we need to discern how far has price gone down for us to purchase more. So you see here roughly from the apex of our pink line, it did 82%, while from price all the way down to the cycle's death price, we have roughly 84%. So it's a difference between 2-ish percent. So roughly 83% here. So let's do the same as well. We're going to start on the left-hand side of birth price, go up to where we think apex is. All right, I think apex is roughly about here. And then where our death price is. So you see how we're covering this. So we have yet again, when we take out the measuring tool, from the top of the apex down here, we have a descent of roughly 81%. While if we do it again from price and not from what we drew, we have another 83% drop. So this is going to be important. Remember that 83, 84, 82% number or figure, and then we're going to juxtapose that with this current cycle that we're in right now. So this cycle started at the end of COVID, or during the beginning of COVID, during the market crashes across all asset classes, not just within crypto. I was in Forex at this time. This is actually the start of where I was in within crypto, actually. I sold BNB literally at $41, which is where? Here. Because I thought it was going too high. I had no idea at all that it could go up to 600 whatever. So God knows how much BNB I had at that point in time. But now we know for the future. Hopefully we can take advantage of this current crash. So we're going to do the apex again. Apex price, while still trying to stay snug with these candles here. Apex price and dates, which is going to be roughly the top of this year. So New Year's 2022, end of 2021. And so if we're doing this dip again within this trend line, I made this trend line based off of these birth prices and death prices. That's how I got that. And if we do this again, what we're going to find is a different depreciation level. This depreciation level currently is at a 96%, whereas these two were 83%. So the question then is this, where we have to see, is the next cycle that comes from Binance after this one ends, Is it going to go upwards again, or plus, $1,000, whatever in valuation, or is it going to go down further? And you'll probably see that within like a Bitcoin Cash type of charts, or maybe a file coin or something like that, where their cycles tend to go a little bit lower, creating a full on, let's see here, a full birth and death cycle, which would look something like this if we had a different color for it. So we don't obviously want Bitcoin, or I always say Bitcoin, Binance, to create this full birth and death cycle. We don't want that, obviously, because all of our investments, our business, our project is going to go down in the toilet. So we're going to try to discern where, if price does go to this trend line, which I do not believe that is going to be the case, we're going to analyze whether or not that's likely. And so when we have a technical question like this, we have to go back into the fundamentals. So, and this is why that course is going to be relevant to you guys in just a few weeks, months time, where fundamentally speaking, from May, and I'm looking at this price down here, you'll be able to see price, or the dates down here. So between April 19th, 2021, and then November 14th or 21st, 2022, fundamentally, has Binance increased in value or decreased in value compared to when it was in this cycle from June 19th all the way down to COVID times? And then again, January 18th down to November 18th. And if you know anything about Binance, obviously, yes, fundamentally, it's increased exponentially. If you look at Binance market cap dominance, it's increased from literally sub 1% all the way up to about 5.6% in terms of market cap domination. If you look at Binance Smart Chain as well, what caused this rally was Binance Smart Chain and them adding smart contract capabilities within their ecosystem. So if we agree that fundamentally Bitcoin or Binance is going to increase in value, we then have to think that this death price of 96% is going to be invalid. That's what we have to think. So this is my methodology. You're going to definitely see people who differ from this, but I'm just going to explain to you guys for the interest of time how I think of this, and then I'll break down more to you guys, as I said, in a future video. But to then be able to discern where, okay, well, if this isn't the, hopefully you guys don't hear that siren, but if this bottom blue trend line is going to be the base, when then will price come about? So what I like to do is that, one, I like to draw the trend lines that are coming up in the opposite direction. So this is a bullish trend line, obviously, because this is going upwards, and this is a bearish trend line. These are going downwards. So we'll see here that the top of this apex, we had an initial trend line of here, where, and this is just a trend line where I see price interacting with either on the bullish side or bearish side. So you might think, all right, well, why not just draw one here? Well, as you can obviously see, price didn't really respect this line as much. Immediately, as soon as it got tested, it bounced off. So whereas the secondary trend line here that I drew, at least it got respected here a little bit, and then when it was on the other side, it used it as support, and it's using it as support again, whatnot. So let's take away this orange one. It's a little distracting. So this is our current cycle. And so we're looking at price chart right here, where it's still within the top side of the apex range. So we have birth range, we have death range. This is still within the apex, obviously. So if this is within apex, and we've seen that the other two drops from apex have gone down 80%, we currently see a descent of roughly 61.44%. So I don't think this is the end. And when you look at other crypto analysts as well, whether it be technical, fundamental, or whatnot, everyone is pretty much in agreement that we do feel that crypto can slide a little bit further down. And so if this is the case, and cryptocurrencies, and Binance has done 83, 84%, that means that if we currently did an 83, 84% decrease, we'll have roughly a $113 BNB. And if you look at psychological levels, if you know what that is within technical analysis, roughly we'll use $100 as our base. So that's kind of like where I have, where between $125 and $100, we still fit in that range of previously, which was about 82 to 85-ish% depreciation. And so what I wanted to do, I was trying to find any other supporting technical trend lines that could support this level. And so this is why it's important to go through to the day charts as well. You might not be able to see this on the weekly here, where you might not you might not think that this trend line is important because the candles are small. But when you look at the overall, or look at the daily at least, for 7x magnification, you'll see that this entire move upwards stemmed from this initial price action here. So even though it's on the daily chart, this is still very valid of a chart, and it's even better because it's at a higher slope, which we require for BNB not to do that orange cycle between the overall birth and death cycle. So if this is the case, and we have our current cycle, which is in pink, crossing this line, we have our depreciation that we looked before, which is about 83, 85%, also around this level between 125 and 100. And then we have this trend line currently that crosses this path as well. And we also have current price going outside of the life cycle band without first touching a supporting trend line. It's kind of hard not to think that this is going to be a sell position in the short term. So that's how I got to my conclusion. And yeah, if we do get to this point, I think we're going to have roughly $1,000 between the $400 that we did win, or that we did enter into the trade, and then the $600 that we're going to win if price does go down to this point, in terms of liquidity. So 1,000 divided by 125, I like to say it's 8. Let me just make sure. Yeah, so it's 8 here. So if we have 8 BNB, and then we have this additional 2 BNB here within our liquidity pool, and then we also have, and I forgot that. Hopefully, did I freeze? Did I freeze? All right, cool. So I forgot that sometimes when I load different websites that happens. So yeah, but we do have 2 BNB in our liquidity pool, and then we also have the additional 10, and then plus any other funds that come in from my job. So realistically, we might have a total of 12 plus BNB within our liquidity pool, just in a few weeks or months time, which is great because if we have 12 BNB and then we go back up to, and currently I think that in our next cycle we're going to be able to go up to about $1,500, $2,000 worth of BNB safely. And I'm going to do another video about that. So if we do that, we're going to have, let's not even do a too high of a price prediction. Even if we go back to all-time highs from here, having 12 BNB times 695, we'll have $8,340 within our liquidity pool, available for trading and obviously liquidating funds. So what I'm planning to do is purchase the BNB, and then I'm definitely going to split it in between purchasing the token and then also providing more liquidity, because you don't want to just provide all liquidity without increasing price, or else price is pretty much going to be stuck at 3 cents. To be honest with you, the project isn't going to be making $8,000, $10,000 in terms of revenue in the foreseeable future, or not foreseeable future, but within the near term. So that's kind of what I'm focusing on that. I'm focusing that on this. I'm going to have half of maybe the liquidity pool, half of the BNB that we purchased at this price within the liquidity pool, and then maybe the other half to purchase. But that's going to be discretionary based on how I'm feeling at the time. I'll probably update you guys that in the future as well. So yeah, that describes how I got to 125 in terms of price points. If you like this video, you can donate. And how to donate, if you haven't heard, we're not going to accept Cash App. We're not going to accept PayPal. We're not going to accept Bitcoin. We're not going to accept Ethereum. If you want to donate to our Watch to Earn project, what I want you to do is go to our either description box of this video or to our YouTube About page and copy the address. Go to PooCoin, go to PancakeSwap, and what you're able to do is that by purchasing Watch to Earn on your own behalf, you're going to be able to donate while also keep custody of your donation. And how that works is that by purchasing Watch to Earn, you're going to appreciate the value of Watch to Earn for the rest of the holders within the economy. So that includes myself, obviously. So even if it's a small $10, $20 donation and things appreciated, you're still going to appreciate our coin by 2%, 3%, whatever. So, and what that does is that by you keeping custody of your donation in the future, which is hopefully very soon when I purchase, BNB at this price, your donation is going to appreciate by said value, whatever I put into the economy. So it's not like you're just giving up all your purchasing power and just getting it, getting a good feeling or whatever. You're actually able to financially gain from your donation, which is interesting new thing that I'm trying to introduce into the YouTube sphere. So until next time, guys, I appreciate you guys watching this video of in-depth crypto. And yes, I think the next video is going to be probably a dev talk and hopefully soon the Dash of Finance one. But until next time, catch you guys later.